Hi there, my name is Catherine, and in case you don't know me, I'm the founder and editor of Femtech Insider. And I'm super excited to welcome you to yet another edition of Femtech TV today. And I'm incredibly excited today to dive a little bit deeper into the world of corporate innovation and sort of cooperation with startups, together with Marie-Laure Mahé from Essity Ventures today. And yeah, Essity has been doing some great work, specifically also announcing their partnership with Endometriosis just very recently. And I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the program and yeah, how we all can get involved in this. Marie-Laure, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, Catherine. Really nice to see you and to meet you. Very excited also to be there and to participate to this nice adventure.
Yeah. So Marie-Laure, maybe we can get started by getting to know you a little bit better, and maybe you can also tell us a little bit more about your work with Essity Ventures.
Yeah, well, so I'm Marie-Laure. I'm working within Essity since several years now. I'm not sure if you really know Essity because sometimes it's not so much known, but we are a global and leading health in hygiene company present in almost 150 countries. So I've been joining this company. Our major brands, probably more known for feminine, is Libresse, Bodyform, Nana, depending the country. But we are also known for incontinence like Tena or tissue brands like Tempo, Zeva. So I hope you're using our products quite frequently.
Awesome. So specifically with Essity Ventures, what are some of the goals of this initiative and sort of, yeah, why did you decide to focus on women's health? Is it really because of your portfolio? And also, what are you offering to femtech startups or women's health innovation projects in this space? How can people get involved?
Wow, quite a lot of questions here.
Yeah, I know. I think it was a lot. Let's maybe start with the first one. So what are the goals of Essity Ventures sort of this new initiative?
Yeah. So
Starting
Essity
there.
Ventures, Essity Ventures was launched very recently. Yeah, we started at the beginning of 2020. The main objective is to drive innovation with Essity and also with startups. We want to go for a more sustainable ecosystem, but also with digitally advanced startups. We strongly believe that we can find win-win partnerships with startup. That's why we are looking for innovative partners, innovative solutions to join force with us. We are very open right now because we just started, so we are as excited as you are meeting all this new area, and especially in feminine.
So I know that through Essity Ventures, in these corporations with startups, you don't really have a standard deal, but you're kind of taking it one by one, looking at the projects and seeing where there are synergies. Sort of how does this process look like, and sort of are you on the lookout for startups or projects that address certain areas of women's health at the moment, or sort of, yeah, what are you looking at or looking for?
Yeah. First, we are called Essity Ventures, but we are a little bit specific. As you said, we don't have a defined model. We are looking to what will be win-win for the startup, but also for Essity. We are here to build common businesses, and we are quite open to different type of partnerships. Most of the time, ventures look only for investments and sell it after a few years once they've made money. This is typically not what we are looking for. We are looking for long-term partnerships. This means this can be co-development, this can be commercial agreements, it can also be investments, or only, I would say, way of supporting each other in consumer insights or in data. So we are quite open in a lot of areas to find what fits best. There is not one size fits all. Otherwise, we would say that startups all look the same, which is not the case. In terms of when you ask in which area we are more looking for sure we have a focus area right now, and probably this is why we are here. It's the Femtech area. When we are talking about feminine, we strongly believe there's a lot of things that women want for. We have a lot of studies showing that women currently believe we are not talking to them enough. They have a lot of women don't go, for example, to school or to work when they have menstruations. This means that there are still a lot of consumers' insights to be solved. So we have a clear focus in the Femtech area, but this includes also menopause, all what goes around feminine, I would not say issues, because no, it's feminine life. We are with women all the time through their life, and we want to find the best solutions for them. Femtech is already very broad. I think we are talking about a business that we estimate in 5 years to be around $45 billion. So imagine the potential there is behind it. And inside already Femtech, we are quite open to a lot of areas. With such a well-known brand as we have, there's a lot of options going forward.
So you already mentioned that, Essity is very, very big, actually, and active in 150 countries worldwide. Do you have any focus for sort of the Essity Ventures initiative with regards to regional focus? And maybe also another question sort of on the target, are you looking specifically for digital health solutions or also, medical devices, or maybe even sort of, new projects in the biotech space?
Mm-hmm. As you say, we are present in a lot of countries. I would say to start with, we are more focused currently in Europe. This doesn't mean startups based in Europe. It's startups that want to develop in Europe. So it can be startups based in other part of the world, but that would like to partner in order to leverage Europe. Regarding the areas when you're talking about it, we did this partnership with Endometriosis, for example. It's not about product innovation. It's about talking to women. It's about getting them services. We offer them through a welcome package, but also a 1 month subscription for free. We offer them services to a startup that has developed all the content and support them. So this helps us really in talking to women, providing also the right content and the right access. Just as an idea, we had planned, for example, to have 3,000 subscriptions during the Through pilot test, which was supposed to last 3 months. After 2 weeks, we had already 3,000 women that had connected. So, so we are not talking only about innovation. For sure, this is probably the easiest one that comes top of mind, but also data and new ways of talking to women.
Mm-hmm. That's really fascinating, especially, endometriosis. I can't say I'm surprised. It's, with a lot of these women's health topics, it's always, oh, I've never heard of this. That must be so niche. And then you put a solution out and, you have all these women that are like, oh, that's just what I've been waiting for. Why hasn't anybody done this before? So that's an amazing result already. Congratulations to both, obviously, you and like also the endometriosis team. That's awesome.
Yeah, we saw through our studies that I think it's 1 woman out of 10 that suffer from endometriosis. So yeah. It's not solving, but it's still very taboo. And this is why people don't really speak about it. And I think we've demonstrated in the past with Libres brand that we are ready to break taboos with women. We've done campaigns like Viva la Vulva. Already the name tells you what it's about. We are breaking taboos. We did the first advertising with red color in the pads, while before we were using the clinical blue, I would say, not telling the truth. And even our last campaign, Warm Stories, talk about all what women have during those periods in their mind, what they should do, what they think. So we are here to break taboos. And this is where we think a lot of startups would like to have access to this knowledge, would like to have access to the awareness of our brands, and we would like to have access to all their innovative ideas. Because they are also all women like you are. We all have consumers' insight, and our idea is to address the consumer needs.
Yeah, no, that's super interesting. So from a structural side, how are these partnerships structured? Oh God, this is using structure a lot. But is this kind of under the corporate innovation umbrella within Essity, or is it more of an accelerator program for startups in a sense where you kind of offer your in-house insights, and like, do you generally take equity as an organization, or is it more like just a partnership of sorts, and that's also different on a case-by-case basis?
I think the principle is really to make it case by case. When we took the example of Endometrix, this was very clear. They had the data, we had the brand, they had some consumers inside, we had also. So we made the partnerships together to give access to that. In some kinds of area, we might go for co-development. Where we are not looking, let's be clear, we are not looking for a startup with an idea in the garage. I think this is not, this is where I would say it's typically ventures funding, where you will bet for the future. We are here to leverage an idea that is existing, where we can provide value to the startup with our brands or investment or our knowledge. It's really more to scale, I would say, a startup that is lacking means or access to consumers.
Great. So it could be a great support for those that are looking to, kind of maybe enter new markets, or like, just like generally get some support with, yeah, market access.
Yeah, I would say we've met already since Jan. We've made more than 200 startups, and yeah, the needs are very, very different for each of them. Some lack of money for sure, and I would say currently, even with the crisis, it's even more difficult to get that. But some just lack the way of accessing to retailers, to a platform, or to consumer knowledge, or even marketing knowledge. They have the idea and they don't know how to sell that to consumers. So I think here we can find the right partnership. No, we are a big company for sure. We have innovations, we have big innovations, but there's a lot of ideas coming and that will build the future. We strongly believe that taking also partnerships with external will bring a lot of value on both sides.
So one question, we've talked a little bit about your program, but I'm sure a lot of the knowledge that you've gathered over the years, in-house, and probably also looking at other big corporations in terms of how they cooperate with startups, or kind of just like outsource their innovation efforts in a sense, or like kind of attract new ideas. Maybe let's talk a little bit about corporate innovation in general, and kind of those also corporate accelerator programs. There's initiatives like yours, so there's a lot out there, and often there's some misconceptions around things that are happening within corporate innovation. What is it even? What are sort of the misconceptions that you sometimes see among corporate organizations, but maybe also within startups? Like, I think startups are sometimes a little bit, held back because you're like, are they just going to take my idea and run with it? And how do you think about it? And what are some sort of misconceptions that sometimes come up on both sides?
Well, I would say, first of all, we have a strong culture within Essity. So the idea that we could take an idea and just develop it will never be part of our values. That's for sure. We really are respectful of all the work that is done within startups. So we also, for sure, have legal frames to make sure that we don't get any issues with that. But these are frames that we share with startups. When you talk about corporate innovation, I would say my first reaction when I talked with startups was, they speak in days, we speak in years or in months. So the first thing we need to do first is try to find a common timing to speak with. So now we try to speak in weeks when we speak together. This is start of speaking with a big international company. Corporate innovations also means having out-of-the-box thinking as a strategy within our business. And companies need to continuously adapt to change, keeping with evolving consumer needs and trends. The only way to grow is to innovate. That's, I'm really convinced. And this applies also to leading companies. A lot of companies have not evolved quickly enough and are not there any longer. This is not what we want to do with an Essity. So at the moment, I would say the most disruptive innovation opportunities come from digitalization, but also a focus for circular economy and sustainability. I think Essity is very strong in sustainability, and we are looking always for ideas regarding that to be even more sustainable in the future for our environment and also for the society. So we try with Essity Ventures to push even further. So we like partner with common goals in mind that can really make a difference here.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for elaborating on that a little bit. So I hope that a lot of our listeners are now interested in learning more about Essity Ventures and all the initiatives, and also, finding out more about how they can partner up with you. So where can these founders or startups go to learn a little bit more about?
Well, I think it's quite easy because, well, Essity is quite well known, and we have our platform, and it gives me the opportunity to say that we've just revamped our website and encourage really people to go to essityventuresilab.com because this is really our platform where we as a small team are every day connected to that platform to see who has applied, discuss internally on how we want to go forward and get more information. So it's very easy, I would say, to contact us. If you strongly believe that Essity can provide you help and support in the future, just apply on this web platform and we will get in contact. We are very happy to look forward to applications for sure.
Awesome. And we'll also be sure to put the link to that website in the description to that video.
Yeah.
All right, Marie-Laure. Well, I hope you get a lot of interest and a lot of applications from this interview, and a lot of our listeners are looking to partner with you. And yeah, thank you so much for being here today. I really enjoyed this conversation, and I can't wait to tell more stories about your future partnership of Femtech Insider soon.
Thank you very much, Catherine. It was a pleasure really to be part of it. And yes, I hope we'll have a lot of partnerships to share next time we meet. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you.
Bye.